All right, so welcome back as I try to find where to turn the music on. There it is. Welcome back to our show. We're playing the Dragon of Icespire Peak. I believe this is episode 4?
Yeah.
That sounds right. I think that's right.
Yeah. 4.
Yep. I just had to scroll to the top to confirm.
Yep.
Hard to believe it's been 4 weeks already.
We are pros at this. Prose. Anyways, where we last left off, I think we just finished up the Butterskull Ranch quest.
That's my cousin.
Yep, oh yeah. We just finished up the Butterskull Ranch quest, and Big Al decided to bring his livestock and livelihood back to Phandalin, as you guys are growing Phandalin through transfer growth wherever you have the chance. Bring the dwarves back, it's fine. Dabra, you don't stay in that windmill, you come back to Phandalin. No, anyways. So yeah, I think I even gave you the reward, even though I shouldn't have. I don't care. You have your extra 100 gold, you have your mithril chainmail, excuse me. There's a difference. And I forget what time of day it is, so what time of day do you guys want it to be?
Afternoon.
It is the afternoon time, and you are located
At the mayor's house.
Just leaving away
Or
after
townmaster, rather.
he shoved all the coins through the little slot.
Yes. Yeah, because he's like, he's like, I'm not opening this door for anybody. Ooh, let's have a fun thing here. Hold on. Okay, never mind.
Oh, wait, I gotta roll my dice.
You gotta know which ones are good and which ones need to go to jail.
Gotta do that right now.
Definitely.
Jake.
Yes, sir.
In walking back to town, did my character notice any sort of spot that would be nice to like sit up, watch the sunset, see a nice view, anything like that?
Of course.
Okay, fantastic.
Absolutely. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the map right here. So, so it was like over here was Butterskull Ranch, right? So kind of close to where you had seen.
I can't see your mouse, but
you can't see it on the.
Oh, I see it. Sorry.
Okay. I was like, I'll move it. Sometimes maybe Josh's sight is like a T-Rex. It's based on movement. So, so kind of right around here or so where you had your first. I'm not going to say encounter, but your first seeing of the white dragon that's been around the area. These hills just kind of had a nice perch point that you could go ahead and do.
Anything closer to town?
Of course. So you were down here, so, a few hours from town, we'll say. And you were able to have a nice sunset.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Naturally.
Noted.
Because why not?
That's all for now. Thank you.
Good to know. All right, so you just get your money. And if I remember correctly, the jobs on the board are the Logger's Camp quest and Mountain's Toe quest.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But there's also the whatever you guys are gonna do is things. So.
Hey Marcus, now did you want to go try to maybe see if we can work a deal to get that plate for you?
I'd like to do that at some point, but maybe we'll wait a day or so before I try to do that. Before I try my luck.
On a side note, did we have a long rest on our trip back?
Yeah, it was like 3 days, I believe, so absolutely.
Okay. Well, did we want to do another quest first, or did you just mean like as we're hanging out in town for a day or two?
I think we'd all do well with a good meal and perhaps a night's sleep before we focus on anything of the sort.
And I was kind of thinking that maybe the next quest we should end up doing is the Loggers Camp quest. I'd like to help out the town master's half brother.
Yes, yeah, I would agree.
As odd as Harbin is, he's kind of grown on me.
Yeah, I've been interested in exploring Neverwinter Wood as well. So,
and we can maybe check out that lodge too if we're up that way.
Yes, yeah, Falcon's hunting lodge.
I think that's a great idea, and we've already got the bottle of wine for them.
Perfect. Yes, thank you for getting the wine. That's very considerate of you.
You're welcome.
Well, and also with how funky that Neverwinter Wood felt as we were walking by, I just feel like we may need to explore it a little more.
Maybe we should see if there's any magical items in the shop or something that might help us.
And we also have quite a bit of weapons from the orcs that we should probably trade back.
Yep, I agree.
Well, do we want to spend the night and then do that in the morning, or do we want to try to get that stuff done for today, and then that way we can leave in the morning?
That's the afternoon.
Second one.
I suppose we could.
It's definitely still business hours, if you're curious.
Shall we go to the Lion Shield Caster?
Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, I thought it was pronounced coaster.
Yeah, that one S will get you, right? But that could get confusing. People will start putting their drinks on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you find the trading post sign shaped like a wooden shield there with a blue lion painted on it. You open the door, and I don't know if I described this last time, but I'm making it up right now. The door hits a little bell, ding ding ding, as you walk through. And there, sitting behind the desk, you see Linene Graywind. Just looks like she's attending to some paperwork. And she just looks up and goes, "Ah, yes, Sir Winterburn. How are you?"
Hello, Linene. I'm well. How are you?
I'm just fine.
Well,
What can we do for you today?
We've just come back from a journey, and we've brought back some spoils that we thought you might be interested in.
Ah, yes. What do you have?
What do we have? 7 great axes, 9 hide, 26 javelins. How many were you keeping? Easy.
I'm not gonna keep any of them.
Not gonna keep any of them? Alright. I'm gonna keep like 4 of them. So 22 javelins.
Oh boy, okay.
And we also have a maul.
Oh, we have them all?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I have it written there. I just totally ignored it.
Okay, so let's see. How many great axes? You had 7?
7. 1 maul.
1 maul
22 javelins.
that you're going to sell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on here. So javelins are 5 silver apiece. So 4 is a gold. 6. All right, and then well, you said hide armor, right?
Yeah, 9.
9 hide.
9.
9!
Altogether, she's looking over everything there. She says it's clearly been used by orcs, but we can clean that up. She says, let's try 80 gold.
How about, can we go 95 on that?
Wait.
Dash is like, hold on a second.
He's running the numbers.
I am running the numbers. So. Is it okay that I run the number?
I think you've had a few days to run the numbers. I think that's fine. But if you're gonna, it sounds like you're trying to haggle a little bit. So.
Yeah, I think table talk. I think we could easily do 120 for the lot of them, and that would still be fair.
Even used,
the great axes alone, I did half the cost on that, and that's like 105 for.
I might have done my math wrong. Hang on a second here. How many hides we got?
9.
Oh, hold on. Let me just redo my
I know
math.
they've been used. The armor's probably messed up too from.
It needs repair, but that's part of it. So the great axes is 210. 22 javelins. And a maul. Wait, what? Why did that just drop down to 20? Alright, great axe. 30 times 7. Javelin. That's just gonna be plus 11 because that makes sense. She actually would have offered 140.
That's
I missed definitely missed something in there.
all yours, Landor. Sorry, I just wanted to...
90 done. She says.
I mean, on a side of table talk, are we trying to get your plate now, or did you want to do that later, another time?
I mean, we could try to do it now. We could. I had a. We'll say.
You got a plan.
What's his name? Why can't I think of my own character's name? Marcus. Has plans for Linene. I'll just say that.
Oh.
Well, also, these items that we collected, we got as a party. Is Marcus's plate armor? Are we taking money from the party fund to help pay for that? Okay.
Almost
I
exclusively?
Was yes. Because of the fact that to me it's worth it. If he has that, it's going to help the party a lot more if he has an 18 AC than not personally. But
I want to try to get it without dipping into party funds because I feel like the mithril chain mail is like technically party funds and the majority of party funds if we were to sell it. So I don't want to use any more party funds for it personally.
I mean, I don't mind using the party funds. Like, I think when Landor was going to get the bolts for his thing, I was gonna offer to take it out of the party fund, but I think I had myself muted during that.
Oh.
Nice. Excellent.
Well, because of my background, I'm not poor. Like, I don't have as much as Marcus does, but I've done well for myself. I think I have 65 gold left.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make a difference to me, and I do agree that since it's something that would help all of us, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. I mean, if not, I'm happy with the 140 then.
Maybe just because you're kicking the tires on it doesn't mean you have to buy it yet right now either, if you're curious. But
yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, we don't necessarily need it right this moment.
It's 1,500 gold piece purchase, so it's
Yeah,
it's like going in to talk to a salesman about a car, you know, like that's a big investment.
I have.
That's fine. I have no idea what you're doing, but I'm going to find out.
If you have some sort of plan, then I'll let you roll with your plan, and we'll take the 140. I'm not gonna necessarily try to work my magic every time. I feel like I got to be fair, and she's giving us a fair price on it. So
Fair enough. enough. You can't be Vax every time.
Exactly.
Every time.
Well, especially if you are going to try to do something to get the plate armor, I don't want to use up all our goodwill by her feeling like we're hamming her every time we come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
All right. She hands over. She's getting it ready, I guess, while you were talking. She hands over the sack of 140 gold.
All right, and just so we're all aware, that brings our party funds to a total of 383 gold pieces, 83 silver, 14 copper, and the bag of gems that is worth 150 gold pieces.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, I'll just talk to Linene for a second. Thank you, Linene. It's always a pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, likewise.
How's business going? You said it was booming because of the recent orcs and of the like.
Yes, everybody seems to want to make sure they have protection if, the need should arise with the dragon around, and orcish activity seems to be increased. Yeah, business has been pretty good.
Yeah. It's always good. Everyone should be protected, but that's also why we're here. As long as there is a winter burn at this location, I will never let anything happen here.
Roll just a charisma check. You can't really fail this. Just something for my own.
Well, he's doing that. DM, can
Yes.
I swap the silver for? I know it's like 10 silver pieces equals 1 gold piece. Can I just convert my silver into gold pieces while I'm here?
And on a side
Sure.
note, well, never mind.
That was a 14.
Okay. Yes, when you say that, she kind of has a little bit of a smile that seems maybe slightly extra than needed to be. Eyes lingering on you and your blonde locks. Or no, you have blonde hair, or
Yeah, he's got blonde hair, dirty blonde. Yep. Yeah, I figure I always make my characters dark hair and tan skin, so I was like, let's not do that this time. He doesn't look like me.
You're doing the opposite. I was like, I thought you said that, but then your token's Rob Stark, so whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
But
all right, my phone is frozen. That's weird.
Just it's very comforting to know that we have capable warriors here in town.
Good. I'm glad. I am a comforter, anything.
Oh my god, Daisy's rolling her eyes so hard right now. She's like, oh.
This sucks, by the way.
What?
Phone's just stuck like this.
Oh.
Try a hard
Okay, there.
reset.
We're good. It just stopped.
Okay.
I thought that was a beer.
It's been a heck of a morning.
10:50.
5 o'clock somewhere.
I'll just say, Linene, how's what's your last name? How's Mr. Graywind doing?
She just
Is
smiles
there
and
a
says, Mr. Graywind would be my father.
Ah.
And he seems to be doing fine, last I heard.
Lovely. Is he also in town?
Oh no, he's lives far away in the city of Yartar.
And while he's having this conversation, I'm just kind of casting minor illusion on his hair just to kind of make it shine just a little bit brighter.
Give a little extra.
Just a little extra glow to the hair. Like the sun's coming in, just hitting it just right.
Right, yeah, I got you. Boy.
Linene, around what time of day do you close the shop?
Usually around 5 o'clock or so. Probably about another hour.
So, would you like to meet me for a walk after closing?
Oh, sure. That would be nice.
Great. I will be here at 5 o'clock.
Very well.
And I'll leave.
Oh, okay. That's it. It now makes sense.
It's also my flaw, too.
Ah. Gotcha. Now, she is definitely a bit older than you. Not like...
She said she's in her 30s.
That's true.
And you also said she was attractive when we walked in. So.
She's an attractive woman, yes.
Marcus noted that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a number. DM.
Noted.
Gotcha. I'm in no position. I'm an old man now.
Does she have any weapons?
Oh, she's
like
got lots of weapons.
Does she have any fancy, cool weapons that do lots of damage or pluses or anything like that?
She doesn't. Are you asking about like any magical weapons, or like just? Yeah. She doesn't have any magical weapons for sale, but she does have some silvered weapons, some adamantine weapons.
I'm looking for something that'll do more damage. I guess. Are there any ones that are simple weapons that would do more damage than my hand axe?
Are you also looking for it to be a light weapon?
Yeah. That's the question. Because my hand axe does 1d6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as having a light weapon, and that's simple, that's kind of the best one.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, otherwise you have like a dagger or like a light hammer.
What silvered weapons does she have?
She has a long sword, a short sword, or I should say 2 long swords, 2 short swords, and a battle axe.
How much is the short sword? The silvered short sword.
That's 100 gold.
Because we don't have any silvered weapons, do we? Between any of us, I don't know which creatures, but I know certain creatures can only be killed by silver
like
weapons.
Werewolves and things of the sort.
Do you think it would be worth? Do you guys think it would be worth having a silver weapon? Or I know that's a good amount of money.
We're going into the creepy forest. I think your thought process is right on track.
Marcus seems a bit hesitant on that.
I don't know. I was thinking about this throughout the week, actually.
Hey, listen, Marcus left. It's just you and me, buddy. Let's spend all this money.
Can I use 50 gold out of the party fund?
And you can use 100 gold out of the party fund.
Oh, okay.
You could also barter.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to pay full price. You don't ever have to pay full price.
well, your persuasion, that's probably true.
Can you do it for 65 gold, perhaps?
Roll a persuasion check.
Wait, how much did it cost?
100.
100.
100.
19. Oh, wait,
19.
hold on. Wait, persuasion? Yes, 19.
She kind of goes, ooh, I could let it go for 85, maybe.
You don't think maybe 80?
Oh, another persuasion check.
22.
You just kind of... sure, 80 gold will be fine.
Alright. I guess 80 gold it is.
Yep. Takes it off the
I'm
shelf.
taking all of that 80 out of the party fund.
Thank you. Now, just out of curiosity, I don't think there is a silver short sword in Fight Club, unless I'm not looking in the right area. Is that
You can
something you just add on there?
Yeah, because you can
just
edit
take
the item.
Yeah,
That's
just
fine.
change the name to silver. And it doesn't really have any benefits itself, well, unless Jake.
No, it's just like some creatures have immunities or resistances to non-silvered or magical weapons, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay, so we fast forward to sunset.
I want to grab. I'll go back to the Stonehill Inn and get like food and like pack a little picnic. Get a bottle.
Man.
Go for the pricey bottle of wine.
Okay.
Hey, Marcus. Do you want me set up somewhere, maybe playing some music for the Endeavor?
Oh my god.
Or do you think that might be too much?
I'm wondering.
While they're talking, I want to swap out his expensive bottle of wine for the wine that I got.
Whoa.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's just one thing at a time. So you're getting an expensive bottle of wine?
Well, how? What was the bottle of wine that you got? You did the 1 gold piece, Izzy?
Yeah.
Dude.
There's a 2
I'm
gold
pretty
piece
sure.
option, a 5 gold piece option, and a 10 gold piece option.
What the hell? Let's do the 10 gold piece option.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sending it.
And Toblin is like, okay, he's. And you're looking to get some. What are you thinking? Cheese and bread and stuff like that to make it like a.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do. Since you're getting the nice wine, let's just say 5 silver will cover some nice snacks, and he even cuts it up and sets things up really nice for you. And so you're gonna try and swap it out when you have a or do you want to wait till he leaves
I wanna do it while he's not paying attention.
Okay. All right, so after you leave the inn, maybe this is actually when Landor is asking him about if he wants music. And so let's roll a sleight of hand check.
All right, come on, dice, don't fail me now. Nice. Okay, that is an 18.
That beats everybody's passive perception.
I feel like I'd be holding it though. I'm just like...
Well, it would be
Because
like
you would have it
your,
in a basket, wouldn't
yeah,
you?
your
Like of
picnic
some
basket.
sort.
All right, yeah.
Peanut
whatever.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I envisioned.
I'll say the swap succeeds. That would be a really difficult thing to do, actually. But
I mean, it's fine. I'm just like, trying to imagine. Did we give back? Oh, well, you're asking me about music. Maybe no music this time. But
Okay.
I appreciate the old. Did we give back the horses? Like, what happened with that?
with Big Al's horses,
Yeah.
he's just getting settled in town somewhere. He's got right now. They're all set up at the inn.
I want to find Big Al.
Sure, easy enough.
All right. Hello, Big Al. I hope you're settling well into town. How's everything?
Yes, right now I'm just trying to get some food and spend the night. I'll try and find a spot I could maybe a little on the outskirts, set up a little ranch for now, and I don't know. I'm taking it one step at a time.
Sure. Well, whatever you need, just ask Mr. Stonehill here, and I'll cover it. So.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yes, of course. Now, Big Al, that horse that I rode into town, would it be all right if I if I borrowed him for the evening.
Sure, that's fine.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Big Al, let me know if there's anything that I could help you with. I'll probably be disposed for the evening, but my friends will be in town, probably playing music at the inn. And if you need me, just find me.
Sure. No, that's more than fine. Anything you need, to Marcus.
It's a pleasure.
Likewise.
So I'll grab the horse and I'll ride up to.
As he's passing the inn, I'm gonna hit him with some bardic inspiration.
All right.
Just in case he needs to make an ability check.
Okay, so we'll say. Yeah. So you have your inspiration. As you get to the shop, it only lasts 10 minutes. As you get to the shop, she's just locking up.
If I had come along to play music, I would have waited till the right moment to throw it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I feel like it would be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Like, pay no attention to it.
Especially for a first date.
Yeah, so she's just locking up, and she turns and sees that you coming up on horseback. And she goes, "Oh, yes, so you're right on time."
Yes, of course.
Very
The
nice.
Winterburn always arrives precisely when he means to.
Ah,
And
very well.
I hope it's all right. I only have one horse, but you could come. Come with. There's a nice spot that I scoped out. I thought you might enjoy.
Sure, that's fine. She just hops up right behind you.
Cool. Yeah.
She's not in a dress or anything, so it's not awkward. Otherwise, the side saddle hold just feels like that would be weird.
Yeah, so let's go over to the sunset spot that I scoped out.
Easy enough.
Cool. Take out a little blanket, take the cheese, take the wine. I'm looking at the bottle. Do I notice that?
If you're looking at the bottle, you are definitely you know very much what happened. I think you know Daisy well enough to know she would do that just to. And you're just like,
yeah. Gnomes.
I'm sorry, what is that?
What? Yes. I think this wine was an arrival from Nomengard.
Oh, I didn't know they made wine.
I didn't either. They like to put their hands in anything they could get the hold of, I believe.
I guess we'll see how it goes. It looks like a nice little setup you have here. And so, just to avoid flirting with with one of you.
I would
go
rather
ahead.
not go on a date with you right
Yes,
now.
I appreciate that. So, what things are you looking to accomplish? Like, are you looking to go, like, we're putting the moves on, or are we just trying to improve standing?
Putting the moves on.
All right.
About to go out. Wow.
So we're gonna have a standard skill challenge here.
Skill challenge?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man. Matt, where are you?
I'm not very great with skill challenges, so we'll do 3 successes before 3 failures. And depending on the skills and attempts you're trying to do, we'll change the degrees of difficulty. Try not to use the same one twice.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna roll perception, I guess, to see if I could see, or perception or insight. I'll let you choose, just to try to see if I get a read for her. See what she wants to hear, what she's interested in. Anything of the sort.
Sure. Make an insight check.
Okay. That was
Perception.
it was a 12.
Okay.
Insight.
you're not necessarily getting any specific reads like she's interested in history or anything like that. Like, she just seems to be enjoying herself, you know, sipping her wine and having some cheese.
Okay. Oh, dude, this is skill challenges are such a struggle for me.
Do a strength check.
Yeah, I mean I can, but I don't know how to explain like I do an athletics check to try to pop the top off the bottle without using a bottle opener? I don't know.
Yes, you can.
Oh, man.
Harry's barking about something.
I'm rolling really poorly with this die. Can I use the bardic inspiration, please?
Yes, you can use your bardic inspiration.
All right. So
We can still hear you.
it's 11.
Okay.
What's that, Josh?
11.
Okay, yes. So you're trying to like pop the cork like without the implement, and she's like, "Oh, do you not have a wine key?" And it's just like, "Oh, yes." We'll call that one failure.
You should ask her to dance to the music of your heart and roll a dexterity check.
What would? Well, it has to be a skill, right?
That would probably be what performance I would think.
I don't want to do a
Or
performance check.
acrobatics.
A skill. I mean, it could be open to interpretation.
Acrobatics.
How about how about animal handling, and I'll be very kind to the horse so that she sees that I'm very kind.
All right, yeah, roll an animal handling check.
There we go. That's a 21.
Oh yes, so she's, you know, the horse just as you approach just kind of bows, and you know you're able to pet his nose, and and she seems to be responding pleasantly. You know, she kind of walks over to you and just going over the horse together. That's it. So you got 1 and 1. You.
All right.
It's not that you can't use the same skill twice. You're just the difficulty will
difficult.
creep up.
Can I do like history to, I don't know, talk about the town, talk about the winter burns, anything
Sure.
of the sort? That might be interesting stories. Holy crap, dude! I can't roll over a 10 today. Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay, so, well, what history are you trying to go over? Your own family history, or like the area?
I'm just making conversation, man. We can talk about my family. We can talk about the area. We can talk about
Sure. So
whatever you think would have caused a failure.
Okay, so we'll say you start talking about the time when your ancestor, what was the one with Blake Winterburn?
Jeff the winter wolf.
Okay, so yeah, you start talking about that a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, I always found that to be maybe the least interesting of the Winterburn stories."
Yeah, Blake really got the short end of the stick there.
Not that it's not impressive, of course, but you know, when you see that others have tales of defeating dragons and giants, perhaps.
Sure.
Are you looking to make your own mark?
Yes, yeah. This is why I'm in town.
Do you intend to slay this dragon?
I intend to bring peace to Phandalin.
Oh.
However that comes, whether it's slaying the dragon, whether it's making the dragon leave. I don't believe in killing things that don't deserve to be killed. So if this dragon deserves to die, it will die. If this dragon would like to go peacefully, that's up to it. They're intelligent creatures.
Think of what I want to make you roll for that, but I want to give you advantage.
Persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion with advantage.
I rolled 2 16s, plus 4, so 20. No, wait, no, that's perception. Persuasion's plus 3, 19.
Okay, so she just starts like playing with her hair a little bit as you're saying this. And she's like, "Oh my!" And she's like, "This is not how women work." DM's doing his best. Okay. So yeah,
Not bad. I mean,
we're 2 for 2 here. Or 2 and 2.
I don't know. Perception.
Okay, so you're gonna. This is not now. You're checking her out. Is that the? Is that what I'm getting out of this? He's like the old.
I'm just looking at things.
He's like, I'm trying to see what I have good modifiers in.
Talk about the stars. Maybe ask.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll say the sun is setting and things are starting to look really nice. Like,
and I'm perceiving the sunset.
Definitely.
Or how's your deception? You could pretend to like read her palm. To like
deception is a +1. So.
Oh no.
Maybe investigate as to why she's.
Let me just investigate you. Hold on.
Works every time.
Do a medicine check. Play doctor.
It's a natural 13. I don't know what you wanted it to be. If it's perception, then that's a 17.
What are you trying to do? I think I'm not really clear on that.
I'm not really clear on
okay.
like using this as I don't know.
I liked your idea with the athletics and the animal handling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had ideas.
Are you dexterous? Did I say that right?
No.
Dexterous?
Yeah.
No.
Dexterous?
He's strong and constitutionist.
You could chug the wine and try not to get drunk.
I was just thinking about that. I mean, if I could do just perception and point out like any interesting things that are happening, whether it's the sunset or some.
Sure,
yeah, or if the sunset is already passed and there's stars.
No, so like, you rolled well.
That's Orion's belt, like whatever. You know?
No, so as the sun is setting, you notice some very interesting patterns in the clouds. You think you see
that one looks like
it looks like a rose, and you know you're able to kind of charm her with that, and it's not like overtly. Like she's just hot for you now or something like that, but she's just kind of, you know, puts her head on your shoulder and you feel like you've succeeded.
Alright, fair enough. What would Marcus do is the question right now. Because the way I see it, there are 2 options.
Oh boy.
Should we go back to town? Or should we not go back to town? And those are the 2 options. I get. Can I roll insight and see?
Sure.
To try to get an idea of. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah, she looks like she definitely likes you. You definitely pick that up. You don't think she's in the place to go and do anything too rash right now, but she's had a very she seems like she's had a very nice evening and she does like you.
Marcus will try to smooch her then. That's it. Nothing
right.
crazy.
She doesn't stop you.
Okay, cool. Then just shall we head back to town?
Yes, that sounds lovely. All right, so you're able to go back to town. We'll say you guys head back to. We'll say you decide to go back to the inn together to, you know, get a drink and see your friends.
Sure.
All right, so that was all happening.
Yeah, so you got like an hour or so or 2 where you can. I would say an hour. I would say because you're at 5 o'clock, you get getting there, the sunset.
What time of year is it?
Late fall
Okay.
here on the Sword Coast,
Sunset would be like, like 6:20, something like that, right?
depending on the things and the stuff. So yeah, while that was happening, what are you guys doing? Landor looks like he's setting up the stage to play his thing.
I had some dinner first, you know, and that way I kind of had an early dinner. That way I could, start to get things going, get the stage going.
Yeah.
Starting to play.
And what was Daisy doing during this time?
Oh, well, Daisy totally went and told Landor that she swapped the wine out, and she thinks it is hysterical.
Yes.
I give her a huge high five. A low five.
Yeah, definitely a low five for her.
Because we love Marcus, but we know what he's up to. And it's just funny.
I bet you the Hunter's Lodge will love that one even more.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Grease the wheels a little bit more with the new people that we're gonna meet. And then I guess Daisy's just gonna hang out, eat, drink. Before she goes to bed, she's gonna, I guess, meditate a little bit. Just like kind of think about the fight that happened a few days ago and the new source of power that she is experiencing.
Yeah. Yeah, so while you're meditating, you're able to clear your head somewhat, but you just keep reliving or going over the dreams that you had, and the second one you had where you're just kind of resting on the dragon's chest, you just, as you feel like there was a little something more to it. You're not entirely sure. Maybe like the breathing was a little labored from the dragon, but you're not really sure what was. You think maybe something was there with that. Like you felt safe, but the dragon was not as active as maybe you were thinking.
Okay, and I'm gonna use one of the chess pieces as like a worry stone, and kind of just like have that like in my hand while I'm meditating. The one that shapes like a dragon.
What was that from again?
Those were the chess pieces that I stole. And
chess. Chess.
Yeah.
No, I understand. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, sure. Easy enough. You guys have a very nice time. Linene tends to like Landor's playing. Everything is going well.
That's right, she does.
And you wake up the next day ready to gallivant around the region.
Do I owe... Well, I guess we'll figure that out another time.
Well, he's able to get room and board for you guys with his playing.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what's his name, Big Al.
You want to find him?
No, I told him if he needed any food or anything from the Stone Hill Inn, just to.
Oh no! He's fine. He could take care of himself.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, so it's the morning time. It's the mornings.
Good morning. So how was your night?
I think it went well.
It looked like you guys were enjoying yourself once you came into the inn.
We were enjoying ourselves before we came to the inn even more.
I give Daisy a little wink.
The wine could have been better.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus, you really got a spring for that good wine. Makes all the difference for a lady.
Yes, it does.
Should we go check the job board and make sure that the Lodger's Camp quest is still out there? Or did we confirm that yesterday?
Did confirm it yesterday.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do before we head on the road?
Do we know exactly how to get there?
You don't, but you, if I'm not mistaken, you have instructions to meet Barthen for the supplies.
Yes,
Is that right?
We do.
Oh,
yes,
we do. Yeah.
Because he has the new delivery.
Do we need to restock on any sort of like why can't I think right now, like provisions and stuff, since we've been traveling?
Yeah, you think I bet a gold piece at Barthen's general store should take care of that.
Okay. Cool.
And also in the job flyer, it tells us the general direction, but I'm sure Barthen can give us a little bit more detailed information. So yeah, let's head over to his shop.
Okay. Yeah. So he's it's in the morning, and it looks like he's loading up a cart. Look that he's gonna some tools. It looks like he's heading out to work on that windmill. And he sees you approach. He goes, "Ah, yes. How can I help you?"
We were coming to take the stuff to the loggers' camp, and we heard that you had the provision.
At that point, you hear like a crash in the store. He's just like, "My sons are idiots. I'm sorry. I'll be right back." And he turns back and goes inside, and you just start to hear little raised voices. You're not really sure what's being said, but
We could imagine.
And he comes back out and he goes, "Yes, I'm very sorry. What were you saying?"
We were coming to get the provisions for the loggers' camp out in Neverwinter Wood.
Ah, yes. Do you know where you're headed?
No, we only know that it's along the river that flows west toward Neverwinter, but we know it's a logging camp, but we don't know the actual location.
Gotcha.
We do have a map here, if you wouldn't mind pointing
Sure.
it out.
Yeah, so I'll pull up the map here. So he takes the map out and he goes, "You're gonna take the road up here and come up to the Tribord Trail, and then once you see the trees veer off more easterly, you're going to head into the forest." And he says, "Falcon's hunting lodge is near the tip of this river." He goes, "That's a good spot. That's a good landmark because the river will. Once you get into this area, you can't miss it. It's along the river base here. Falcon's hunting lodge is down here." Josh is marking up the map, so I just want to keep the mouse there.
Yeah, I got that one.
And then he says to follow the river along the way. Somewhere in this region, you should find, he says each one is at 5 miles. 15 to 20 miles of following the river. You can't miss it.
Awesome.
Oh.
Great. Thank you.
And so he goes back inside, and the two kids, I forget their name. Ander and Thistle. He goes, "All right, we've got Ander and Thistle here. They're going to fill up the cart because I know they can do that right." And he says, he hands you a sheet of parchment, and then there's a written inventory of what's in there. You see foodstuffs, dried meats, blocks of cheese, loaves of bread, casks of ale, flasks of oil, that kind of stuff. And the two heavy crates are loaded onto a two-wheeled cart pulled by an ox. And he just looks at you and says, "The ox's name is Vincent. I'll expect to see him and the cart returned when you're done." And
That is a fair expectation. I would also expect, unless he wishes to stay with Townmaster's brother.
I didn't catch that. What's that?
I just said, yeah, that makes sense.
Ah, okay.
Drive him back.
Yeah, so you're able to do that, and the kids just look like they're a bunch of knucklehead teenagers, but they load up the cart well enough for you, and after giving it an extra eye, things look secure. Barthen looks like he fixes a thing or two about the way they locked it down for you. But yeah. All in all, let's see.
Before we leave, I want to stop by Adora's. Or Adabra's, rather.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to ask her if she has anything to help with the confusion in the forest.
Hang on a second. Pretty. Oh, I have that in there. So you get there, and she looks like she's rearranging some things there in the shop that's going to be her setup when she's done. And you ask about some things to help with confusion.
I've been hearing that some people have been getting lost in the forest, and it definitely, when we were walking past it, it definitely felt like there was some dark magics going on, and I didn't know if you might have anything to either help ward that off from us, or to help us be able to tell where we're going and to not lose our way.
Oh.
I didn't know if you might have any type of potion or anything for that.
Let's see. She doesn't have any potions of... so you're just looking for, like, direction? Or I guess I'm a little hazy on what you're...
Well, because I feel like I remember hearing at one point that you're saying that people were just, when they would go into the forest, would get lost. And so I don't know if there's some sort of dark magic going on in the forest that we might get confounded.
Strange magic.
Lose.
Confounding navigators protecting ancient ruins, maybe? I don't know.
So that's why I was kind of curious if there was any, if maybe she had any type of protection magics or potions or something that would possibly keep us from losing our way.
Well,
I don't know what type of potion that would be, but
right.
Figured it couldn't hurt to ask.
Sure. Let me just see if I could find something on the list.
When you say dark magic, are you talking about Jim Dark Magic of the New Hampshire Dark Magics?
There he is. You know, I don't see anything here for potions. You see... She just has like a little crate that's kind of... It looks like there's maybe like 5 vials in there. And, she says, I have this. She says, this is a filter of love. We have, a potion of poison resistance. Let's see here. She goes, this one here is, water breathing. And we have another potion of healing. And a potion of cold resistance.
Well,
that's kind of all I have right now.
Alright, I don't think I need any. I don't know if any of you guys think we might need any of those.
I don't think so. But you're doing a bang-up job coming up with potions.
She's like, these have been made. I haven't been able to really make my potions in a few weeks here, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
We saw that Botham is already at work building the windmill for.
Yeah, in fact, you hear him curse as he might have hit his hand or something with a hammer outside. He was, son of a... yes, it sounds like he's at work there now.
Well, I think I'm good to head out, guys.
All right, so you set out. Zoom back a little bit more.
Are we
we
walking,
go.
or does the cart have?
You can ride in the cart.
Won't be able to see anything.
The old gnome in a cart trick.
The old gnome in a cart. First, you put a gnome in a cart. All right, so you guys head out from Vandalin. You do, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. You get to about here or so, and you're probably about time to stop for the night. So
We make camp.
You make camp. It's easy enough. You have a very uneventful time. And then you go for another 5 miles up the road, and you feel like it's time to start heading north as you see the tree line really start to veer more. Then you got another 10, 15, and now you're at the edge of the woods. And we're going to need somebody to navigate and be the navigator. So this will be survival checks.
What do you call an alligator who always knows where he's going? A navigator.
Oh boy. That's like worse than a joke I would make.
That's a Kevin joke.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I have a brother, Kevin, who is notorious for his extra bad jokes and puns.
Yeah.
Things.
Hey, Daisy, what do you call an alligator
He's gonna do it anyway.
who is really good at finding things?
Nosy? I don't know.
An investigator.
Daisy just loses her. Absolutely laughing hysterically.
Oh, great.
I love that. I love that.
I only have a +2 for survival. I don't know if anybody else has better.
I got a +0.
I have a +2 also.
So you can assist each other, so somebody can roll with advantage, or you can both make individual checks. It's kind of the same, really.
Well, I don't know if I'm rolling with advantage or not, but I have an 8 for my first roll.
Oh no.
You can roll with advantage.
So he's assisting you.
21.
21.
Woo!
Okay, yeah. So you're able to stay on course. So looks like you could do maybe another 5 more miles or so before you're ready to go for the day. Let's make another check.
That will be 15.
Sure. You're able to get going, and you feel like you're heading in the right direction. You're kind of paying attention to where the sun is, and definitely feel like you're on the
Are
right
we
track.
still able to make the same speed with the cart and the ox in the forest?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's definitely like it's obviously very shaded because it's in the forest, but you're not feeling confused. Like maybe I misrepresented to you. You know, it's a creepy forest, but it is what it is.
Well, one of the rumors last week was that there was a strange magic confusing people and making them feel lost. But I think that was a specific part of the forest, not the whole thing.
Maybe.
And
Yeah,
also,
I
it
don't
could
know.
just be a rumor.
It could.
Or it could be if
Rumors
we get
aren't
under a
always
10.
true.
All right. So you're going to be setting up your camp, I'm assuming, or are you continuing on in the dark.
Well, so where are we right now?
Kind of right where the mouse is.
Okay, so we're not close enough to the lodge, but we'll probably hit it.
Well,
I would.
If
I
you're
would
on
rather-
track, you would think you have another 2 hours, 3 hours.
I'd rather not show up to the lodge in the dead of the night, just because if they're sleeping, I don't want to. Rather not startle them or just create a commotion at 2:00 in the morning or midnight.
Yeah, what time do you think we would get there if we were on track?
Well, if it's just starting to get dark now,
I
guess
get
that's
there
probably only like
by 10.
6.
You know, even if you got a little lost or you miscalculate.
I feel like that's probably worth it, but
Oh.
it's up to you guys.
All right. Yeah, we can do that.
All right, so as Josh is helming the survival, someone else give me a perception check.
Well played.
that's not going to be me. Got a
At disadvantage.
minus
nighttime.
A
2.
disadvantage.
It's nighttime.
But I have.
What do your elven eyes show you?
Yes. I have elven eyes.
Mhm.
Should that erase the disadvantage? Well,
Nope.
what are the odds I rolled 2 9s? But that's a 16.
Okay.
Nice.
And what was your survival, Josh?
Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, 14. 14. You said
You want me
perception.
to roll again for survival?
I didn't know if you had rolled or not.
I also rolled the same number twice. That's a 17.
Okay. So about an hour in, you get to be about like here or so.
Mhm.
Landor notices a set of eyes just kind of watching from behind a few trees. Just watching you.
We've got something watching us, guys.
How
They're
long?
possibly following us.
Do you have any idea how long it's been following us for?
Do I know that?
No, you're just noticing it now.
I just noticed it now.
Daisy's asleep in the cart.
I love that.
Well done.
It's like,
Well, Landor, we can continue on and pretend we haven't noticed him, or we could.
I that's probably what I would say. I mean, just in case, if it is a creature, they may not. It may just be, possibly a lone wolf or something that's just spotting us, kind of a thing. Unless, I would just be on guard and maybe be actively looking and keeping an eye out.
Mhm. We are traveling in someone else's home right now, so I understand why someone would want to watch us, but
And I try to gently wake Daisy up.
subtlety is not what she does.
we're almost there.
Oh,
And,
great!
just stay on your guard. I saw some eyes in the trees. One set of eyes, but we kind of just want to be on guard just in case.
All right, so
Don't go
Okay.
charging after it, please. I'm not gonna tell you which direction the eyes are. I'm just telling you.
Daisy's gonna stand up and walk to the back of the cart and she's gonna hold her warhammer in her hand and just kind of look like she's small, but she looks beefy and kind of be mean mugging to kind of intimidate anything.
She's mean
that's,
mugging right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
I got woke up from my nap. I'm a little cranky now.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
I love the subtlety. The subtlety kills me.
Oh yeah. So
I should have let her sleep.
So yeah, you notice for the next 5 to 10 minutes, it seems like the cart, as the cart passes, the eyes. Okay, so at first it seems like it's following you, and then you notice the eyes kind of go away, and then a minute later you notice them up ahead, kind of watching. It happens again. and then you see it dart off to the east. Eventually. That's it.
Interesting.
And the rest of, okay, are you gonna do anything?
No, just
No, I'm not.
continue on our journey.
All right. And then, yeah, eventually you come up to the edge of the creek and you find, let's see, a thin fog surrounds a fortified compound standing in a clearing on the east side of a narrow river. A 10-foot-high log palisade surrounds the compound, whose main building is a 2-story stone and wood affair with a high-pitched roof, gables, window shutters, and a stone chimney. Attached to the main building is a blocky tower of gray stone, its high roof lined with battlements. Other structures include a 2-story stable house and a gatehouse whose flat roof is enclosed by iron railings. A stone bridge spans the river, ending before an oaken door set into the gatehouse's outer wall. Mounted next to the door is a bell with a short rope hanging from its clapper.
Daisy, would you like to ring the bell?
Daisy doesn't even wait for the finishing of that sentence. She'll
I hope
walk
that's
right
not
up.
the alarm bell.
But she's got the nice bottle of wine in her hand.
Like,
She turns.
hey!
She looks at Marcus and goes, "Thanks for the wine."
There you go. I love that.
And rings the doorbell.
Okay. You see an older man kind of make his way over from the gatehouse. He slides back the heavy wooden bar securing the outside door. He says, "Ah, yes, welcome, welcome, welcome." You can walk in and you see, let's see here. Gotta get this. Yeah, so you walk into the main area and it's, the ceilings look to be about 9 feet high. So fairly regular stuff, and a very sturdy oak fitted doors with iron handles are what Corwin, the older man, had opened up. I didn't actually tell you his name yet, I just did though. And then it looks like a banquet table kind of set there, not that large, but maybe seats like a dozen people or so. Kind of opens in there. It says, "I assume you need lodging for the evening, is that right?"
Yes, if you
Yes.
would be so kind.
Yes, sir.
Sure,
We
sure,
brought you
sure."
wine.
He goes, oh, yes. And he takes the bottle of, and he goes, "Ah, yes, Falcon will probably like this very much."
Those compliments of Sir Marcus over here. Very generous.
Well, we've heard Falcon has a taste for the finer things and the finer wines, so
Well, that he does.
we would spare no expense.
That he does. I'll go
From,
get him for you.
Sir Winterburn himself.
Ah, yes. Very nice, very nice. So yeah, he says, I'll go get him for you. And he goes up the stairs that are kind of around the edge of the room. And 5 minutes later, him and a very big burly man comes out from upstairs and comes down the steps. He looks like he's wearing a fur-lined cloak covering him, but as he gets down there, he's easily 6.5 feet tall, just very thick. He's got blue eyes, dark hair, and he just walks with confidence. He goes, "Oh yes, name's Falcon," and he extends his hand to Marcus. "I understand you." Yep, and he just a very, it's a warrior's grip on both sides. And he goes, "This is a very nice bottle of wine. Where did you find this?"
It was from Stonehill Inn. He keeps a wide variety.
Ah, yes. How is old Toblin?
Dublin as well. Business is booming. The town is experiencing some growth, thanks to events nearby. Forgive me. My name is Marcus of House Winterburn. It's a pleasure.
He says, "Oh no, I've heard. We have a Winterburn in the area here now. My name's Gustav Stellern, but people call me Falcon."
It's a pleasure to meet you, my good man.
He goes, Corwin, why don't you get some glasses here? We'll have this bottle of wine before we get settled in for the evening. And he goes, right away, my lord. He heads out to the beyond a doorway there. He goes, you've brought me quite the nice wine here. You get to stay here for free, and anytime you're in the area, please feel free to have a nice warm fire and a place to live for the evening.
Thank you, Falcon. And these are my companions, Daisy and Landor Calrissen. Calrissen? Is it Calrissen?
Canrisen.
He shakes Landor's hand, and it hurts. He's like, one of those guys. Yeah. And he just looks down and he goes, oh, I almost didn't see you there. And he shakes your hand, and he actually, I imagine are you trying to like prove something with your handshake, Daisy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm looking up at him and my eyes are wide like saucers.
Yeah, like he's just a big guy.
Popped a Molly before, sorry.
And he goes, oh, you've got quite the grip there, little one. Oh.
So they tell me.
He kind of goes, okay. At that point, Corwin comes in with a tray with some... He has 4 glasses, and he says, Corwin, you forgot to get one for yourself, old man. He goes, oh, very well, master. And he goes...
I take my lyre off my back and just start playing something a little quiet, a little soothing.
Yeah, it's actually do a performance check.
15.
Yeah. So he kind of just turns and looks as you're doing, and he goes, oh, that sounds like a very nice tune. And while Corwin is getting that last glass, he just pops it open, starts pouring it.
Oh, he didn't have to use wine key?
You're not sure if he did. He just starts filling up the glasses. He goes, just let that breathe for a minute. So
As
what brings
Feeling
you...
like I need some fresh air too.
Oh man. So he says, so what brings you to our lodge today?
We're helping Bartham bring supplies to Old Town Master Harbin's brother in Neverwinter Wood.
I guess it has been a couple of months since the last time someone's come through here.
Yes. Now since it's been more orcs, I'm sure you've seen people are afraid of the forest. There's dragons flying about. So they wanted.
Yes, I've heard about that. I've definitely seen more orcs lately, ugly brutes. But they seem to be in league with some half orcs that seem to be dwelling southeast of here. I don't know.
We were being followed for a little while on the way here, and then I don't know, about maybe 5 miles or so ago, they headed east. So I don't know if I couldn't tell what it was. Just saw some eyes.
They're probably just keeping an eye on anything that's out of the ordinary, making sure you don't encroach on their territory.
Have you had any attacks here at the lodge itself?
He goes, not really. I usually nobles that are not as capable, and he looks at Marcus and says, not as capable looking as the likes of you, want me to take them on some kind of hunting party, this and that, this heroic quest of watching me kill a boar or something like that is... Frankly, it can be kind of boring. However, They pay well for it, and it is what it is. But about 10 miles east of here or so, it seems like those half-orcs dwell in some kind of ruined stone manse. It's kind of overgrown house of sorts. I don't know. They say that the manse there was built by a scholar who studied the elven ruins scattered throughout these woods. Other than that, though, I mean, I haven't noticed anything unusual, just a little more activity of that kind than we typically notice.
Are they causing trouble, or are they just gathering?
They seem to be gathering. I haven't heard any or seen or noticed anything of like they're trying to like mount any kind of an attack or anything like that. There just seem to be more of them, and like you said, gathering in that area.
Well,
Now, we've noticed that some of the orcs that we've run across have looked pretty malnourished. I don't know if you've seen the half-orcs. Does it seem like they're struggling also?
Normally, the orcs and half-orcs they don't seem to mingle much. Half-orcs are usually kind of cast between two worlds, not necessarily welcome in either. But,
I know that feeling sometimes.
he just says, I can imagine. But this dragon, I don't know. Perhaps they've been driven from where they normally live, and they're trying to find places to be, and sometimes desperate times will lead to strange bedfellows, as they say.
indeed. Well, if this is something
wine is
like
fantastic, and he starts like he's like
yes,
he has like an abnormally long nose, just sticks it like like when people really love their wine, and it's like
I believe
they're like it's like you'd swear that he'd come out with wine on his nose, but it's a deep glass. So
I believe it was aged 5 years in oak barrels, straight from Neverwinter trees.
Fantastic. I thought I detected a hint of cedar in there.
Cedar from the oak.
Just don't give him Long Island wine. Oh, so bad.
Long Island wine's not that bad. There's a lot of good wine coming out. All right. It's the pine trees, man. Everything good in Long Island comes because of the pine barrens.
Fair enough.
But if this is something you would like us to investigate, I'm sure after we deliver these goods, we could go and take a look.
Oh, you know what? What you said you're doing the supply run? Why don't you stop by here when you're done? Finish that. I know they need their supplies, and we'll see if I've learned anything. I don't want to poke the bear, as they say, but it also is good to be wise, I suppose.
Yes.
Well, you're so smart. I'm sure you'll figure it out in no time.
He just kind of glances over and he smiles. He goes, "It's true, I've been around a little bit, but part of being wise is knowing when not to attack. Just as much as it is knowing when to attack." He's like, "Right, I am."
Whatever you say.
Yes. And he goes, "Well, it's just maybe at that point, looks like everybody's finished their wine." He says, "Corwin, why don't you see them to their rooms, and then we'll have a nice breakfast waiting for you in the morning. I'm sure you're tired from your journey."
Thank you, good sir.
Sure.
And so at that point, he gets up and goes upstairs. Corwin leads you outside. There's like a separate little cottage area of rooms.
As we're walking to the rooms, I just want to go to Daisy and say, Perhaps on our next visit, we could bring something a little stronger than wine, yes?
Yeah, maybe you could bring Miss Graywind too. Seems like a lovely place to spend an evening, a cabin in the woods.
Any place is a lovely place to spend an evening when you're with the Winterbird.
Daisy laughs and pats
You know,
on the back of his leg because she can't reach his back.
Like,
I was
whack.
going for more heroic stories, is what I was really trying to gather here. Not romance stories.
So before bed, Daisy's gonna meditate again.
Sure. Yeah, so you find Corwin leads you to your rooms. You each have your own room. He says if you need anything, he says to just meet him, and he gives you directions to where you would be. But after looking over the room, you don't see why you would need to. The evening is very uneventful, comfortable. You didn't have any other dreams, Daisy, or anything like that, but you definitely feel like there's a growing connection,
Yeah, I think from now on she's gonna take like a couple of minutes before bed to try and just
cut out there for a second.
No, I said she's going to take a couple minutes before bed each night to focus and clear her mind and use one of the chess pieces as like a worry stone.
Mm-hmm.
Just like hold it in her hand.
Sure. Okay. And so you wake up the next day to the wonderful smells of bacon, and you have when you all get up and go into the dining room, you are met with a breakfast buffet, bacon, sausage, eggs. It looks like there's a cask of ale there too for some breakfast ale. It's nice. It's very
My
nice.
favorite kind of ale, breakfast ale.
Yeah. And Falcon's not there, but Corwin says to, feel free to take a seat and get a plate and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, my good.
Falcon he's out on his morning constitution. He'll be back at some point. Like, what does that mean?
Yes, of course.
Old people and their constitutional.
So as you're almost done with your food, Falcon walks in. He's in studded leather armor, the same cloak, and he goes, "Oh yes, it's very good to see you having breakfast this morning. I trust you slept well."
Sure did.
Excellent.
Thank you.
He takes his cloak off and he grabs himself a plate. Sits down. He goes, "So you're heading off to the loggers' camp.
Yes, we're heading off to the loggers' camp.
Do you have any advice? Are there any... Have you guys heard of any tales that anyone's had any trouble with the orcs or half-orcs along that path?
I don't think so. I would just follow the river and you can't miss it. That's pretty much it. And if, I would just stay wise because you never know what's going on with those... You never know what's going on with those half-orcs. I feel like... they might have some desperate things they do in order to survive, and they probably feel like this is a place they need to defend.
Man, he is really harping on that wisdom stuff, huh? Good to know.
Thank you for the hospitality. We're very You have our gratitude, and
of course, you guys. Says anybody that brings me a wine bottle that fine has a place to stay at Falcon's Hunting Lodge.
And we'll be back in a couple days after we make this delivery.
Sounds good. And so he finishes his breakfast. He heads up back to his room. And if there's anything else you guys wanted to do,
I say let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get all your things. Vincent the ox and the cart is ready to go, and you head out. Are you just gonna follow the river like he says, or are you doing anything? Don't want to assume. Okay.
Yes.
just follow the river.
So
He's
there's
so wise.
no no survival checks are needed. All right. So as you're going, we'll say it's getting to the afternoon or so. And you are going to be getting to... Not that one. Here we go. All right. Change the old music here.
Is it now a jaunty forest tune?
Yeah. Nice and creepy. Okay. So
The Lost Woods.
something like that. So you're arriving from the east. The logging camp spreads along the south shore of the river, where a dozen tents are arranged on a sandy beach. Near a dock stands a cabin with logs stacked under an awning. Older cabins close by have been torn down to leave only stone chimneys and foundations. A grim silence hangs over the camp, and you see no one around. Actually, I could, since it's daylight, I can really show you more.
I don't like how this looks.
Let's set this up.
Do we see any bodies or people or
You don't see anyone around,
signs
no.
of a fight or a struggle anywhere that would appear?
You don't.
Okay.
So it just looks like abandoned?
It looks abandoned. Excuse me there.
No signs of a struggle at all.
None.
Do you think maybe we should tie up old Vincent here to the tree down just while we scope this out?
Sure. Use your 50 feet of silk rope that you're always talking about.
So you're going to come down here, and
Yes.
I'm assuming all of you will be in some form or another down there. Easy enough. You know, Vincent's not very... He's well trained. You know, he does his thing.
Do we want to sneak around and look around, or do we just want to walk through?
I'm gonna just walk through. I'll be looking. Are those all tents?
Yeah, the tents are there.
Be looking in the tents, looking around, looking for footprints, looking for signs of dragging, of anything.
Can I look at the fire to see if it was hot or recently burned or...
Sure. So what we're gonna do here is, once we get here, I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative.
Oh boy.
15.
that wasn't a roll. Whatever. That's 5. It just fell out of my hand and just landed straight down. It didn't even roll or anything. I hate that.
Oh.
What do you have, Daisy?
I got a natural 1, which brings me to a 3.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Daisy's not really with it. feel like she's always slow to realize that fight is upon her. Or it's happening.
Landor is great at this.
Well, I do have a pretty high plus, so it does help.
Well, not only that, but your jack of all trades works on that too.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I'm gonna have to take that feat. That helps with initiative.
Yeah. I feel like the initiative's not that important. I mean, it is, but I feel like that would be a waste of a.
I kind of
increase.
No, I'm not gonna take it, but I feel like I should take it.
So right now, Daisy and Marcus are super deep in conversation talking about wine. They're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right.
So do you prefer like a porter or maybe a Merlot?
Anything that's a dry wine, I like that way that it makes my mouth feel. You
yes,
know?
never with ice. Never with ice.
No, oh gosh,
Ugh.
I judge those people.
Savages.
Savages. Okay, so
What is that thing?
yeah, you're gonna learn.
Oh jeez.
So as you're just walking about, like you tied up the cart, you're taking a step or two. He said if you're talking, you're probably more like this, I imagine.
Yeah.
And then just out of the ground bursts this like insectoid, like it's got pincers. What's the best way to describe these guys?
Would I recognize this based off of my stories?
Roll a history check.
19.
Nice.
Yes, you would.
Does it like to crawl? And does it, when it flies on airplanes, does it use a carry-on?
It does not.
Okay.
It checks its luggage.
So yes, this creature is called an onkeg, and it resembles an enormous many-legged insect. It's got long antennae, twitching in response to any movement around it. Its legs end in sharp hooks, and you know that it's used for burrowing and grasping its prey, and its powerful mandibles can snap a small tree in half.
Wow.
Strong, guys. Be careful.
Mm-hmm. So,
Geez, I'm roughly the size of a small tree.
So
it just entered my reach.
I'm going to. Well, you're not in a stance.
I don't have to be in a stance. I have Polearm Master. It doesn't have to have entered my reach. I'm just saying.
That's not Tunnel Fighter?
No, it's Polearm Master. While you're wielding a glaive, halberd, or pike, other creatures provoke an attack of opportunity when they enter your reach. Tunnel Fighter gives me the multiple attack of opportunities.
Okay, so go ahead and make roll
I don't
a
have to.
perception check. I'll have
Sure.
I'll have it opposed by the stealth, and if the stealth beats you, then you will be surprised. If not, you will be aware.
That's fair.
You're probably gonna make it.
Yeah, that's a 22.
Versus a 2. So you so I was like, well, you can probably make it unless you get that natural 1. So yeah, just bursts out of the ground, and combat is upon us.
And I rolled a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay, awesome. I'd be worried if it didn't. More worried, I guess. And it will take 12 slashing damage.
Okay. So yeah, this thing just kind of pops up out of the ground, and you just immediately, with one quick motion, slice at it. And at this point, it kind of rears up, and then just goes, and just spits acid right at you. And 30-foot long, and I need actually all three of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, that's not bad. That's going to be 17 from me.
Okay, success.
12.
Fail.
14.
Success.
Yes.
That's 10 acid damage on Landor and 5 on excuse me, on Daisy and Marcus.
Thing hits.
Yeah. It does. And it's then going to come down here and just engage with both of you. And Ankeg is done. Landor, you're gonna go.
Alright. I'm gonna run behind it. On the other side of Daisy.
So you're gonna go like
Just
this?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit it with my rapier.
You will try.
I would have advantage.
Yeah, we'll say that's flanking.
Oh my gosh. No, I will not hit it. 10, does 10 hit?
Nope. Like you will try. Hey, I got to talk smack and it worked. It never works. It never works. Alright.
Alright. And I'm gonna hit Marcus with a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, geez, for a second I thought you were gonna hit him, like, with an attack.
And then I'm gonna hit him in the face. Give him a vicious mockery. Let's see. After Landor goes Marcus.
If I go up one space, will I still be like flanking? Would I still have advantage?
Like that?
Yeah.
I would say yeah, just because there's 3 of you guys like harrowing it.
Cool. So I'm gonna go there, and I'll just try to hit him with my halberd.
Okay.
And I think I'll use my Bardic Inspiration. That's gonna be base is a 14. Let's see. And now it's an 18.
An 18 hits.
Landor. That's another 12 slashing.
Okay.
And we'll 12 slashing. I'm gonna use my bonus action to hit him with the other side of my weapon.
Okay.
And that's a 27 or 25 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Is that a D4? Another 7 bludgeoning this time.
Yeah, you're beating up on this thing pretty good. Looks like you cracked in one of its things with its with the butt of your stick.
Nope.
I called it a stick. Your halberd. Okay. So you still
What
have
is a
movement.
halberd but a fancy stick?
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair.
It's better than bacon. Anyways. Bad lip reading. Anyways, continue.
I think I'll stop there.
All right, Daisy.
All right, so am I flanking technically since?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to rage.
There it is.
Ah!
The sumo, the gnome sumo wrestler.
Yep. All right. And I have advantage. Goodness, because that one was not very good. Okay, that is 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Nice. All right, and I'm using my warhammer,
Okay.
and it gets my d6 because it's the divine fury.
That's true.
So hold on, let's see what the damage is. Nice.
So how much is radiant and how much is bludgeoning?
Okay, so the bludgeoning is going to be
Not that it matters in this fight, but it's good practice.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Squash that bug.
Oh yeah. and 4 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, so you just, as soon as Marcus kind of dents it, you just, with like an uppercut right underneath its like mandible, just bam, takes it down. Smashes, and a little acidic blood kind of like spatters on the grass, and you hear it like as it goes down.
Well done.
You still have movement if you want it.
Can I use a free action to ask Landor if they travel in packs? If I should expect more to be popping up? Or is
Do I know the answer to that?
We'll let you answer when it's your turn.
Okay.
Are you moving?
So I'm gonna ask him that, and then I want to move towards the tents at like
So like zoom out a little bit here.
at like an angle, like diagonally to the
1,
left. Yeah.
2. Just tell me when to stop. 3.
And then just from to the left from there. I only have 2 more spaces.
So you want to go there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Not okay.
Not okay. Not okay. Not a tuma.
It's not too bad.
All right. Daisy is done. And before Landor can answer, bam! Another one bursts out of the ground here. And another one bursts out of the ground up here.
Never mind.
I know the answer now. I get it. And we see their movement is just kind of climbs over the fire that's definitely out. 4, 5, 6, and is going to take a bite at you. Not gonna be rolling that dice anymore. Don't even need to ask. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of comes around the tent. Get advantage. Let's see. That's a 14 to hit, which I think you have a 15 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
That's correct.
Right down
so
there. Down there.
misses.
15. But yeah, just you're like, oh no, I see that, and they both try to like bite at you. And Landor, you go. Yes, sometimes they travel in packs.
They do tend to travel in packs. I'll fire my... Well, you know what? I'm going to hit that top one with the Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. And it's a saving throw, right?
Or try to, yes. Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That's an 8.
That's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
that is 10 psychic damage. And he has to run 30 feet away.
Okay, so it immediately kind of goes and starts to like just turn and back up, and you can get a free attack of opportunity here.
I'm gonna take it.
A
2,
barbarian
3, 4, 5,
attack of
6.
opportunity.
It's true.
Hooray.
Nice. That is 22.
Yeah, 22 hits.
And that's with my Warhammer.
Okay.
1d8.
But you don't get your Divine Fury back until you go again, so.
Yeah. But because it's not my light hand, I still get the plus the strength, and I get my raging damage too.
That is correct.
So that's 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, so you turn and smack it nice and hard as it runs away. All right. So, Landor, you still go.
I want to move to the right one, and then diagonal down to the right one.
So 1, 2, like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Protect Vincent.
Barthen expects him back.
And then I'm gonna hit Daisy with a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Landor's done. Marcus.
So if I move my full movement to the left, would I be able to get on the other side of that thing, or like down below it, like right in front of the tent?
3, 4, 5, 6. You could get to there.
Would I be able to hit it from that? Like, is that fair to say that that's okay, or is that just kind of weird space?
You'd have to like run through the tent a little bit, which I mean I don't see why you couldn't if you wanted to try, but I think I would make you check to see if something weird happens.
Nah, that's okay. I will. Sorry, could you just back me up to where I was for a second? If I'm on that top right corner of the tent that we were just talking about.
So right here?
Down 1 diagonal to the right. Nope. 2 to the right.
Okay. Oh, that's
Is
what
that
you meant.
like? Is that a space that I could stand on? Did I see like the tent's not totally?
That's fine.
All right, cool.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll go there and I'll just hit it. You know.
Do it.
And that'll be 17 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
And 7 points of slashing.
Okay.
And I will use my pushing attack maneuver. So it's got to do a 14 strength save, and also I have to add a d8 to the damage. Just a 1. So it took 8 points of slashing, and then it's got to make a 14 strength save.
Okay, it's got a 13 on the strength save, so it succeeds.
Yeah, so it'll go back 15 feet. Well, what?
Did I say saves?
Yeah.
I meant failed.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe you got a natural 13, then it had a plus or something that you didn't say.
Nope, just wrong all the way around in my head. So you push it
like,
back.
Oh man, I really thought that would work.
So just 15 feet, like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
And I'll enter a defensive stance.
Okay.
Oh, you already used your reaction. Damn. Okay. I was thinking she'd get an attack of opportunity, but yeah.
Well, the difference between Dissonant Whispers and pushing attack is forced movement, whereas Dissonant Whispers has the opponent use their reaction to run away, which it would work for that, but not pushing attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I pushed it out of her range, it wouldn't take a. Okay.
Correct.
Good to know. I'm done. Thank you.
So Marcus is done, and Daisy.
You guys make all of these things go far away from. Then I have to go over some. I got these tiny legs. I'm gonna.
I was thinking you'd be able to hit it.
He was trying to get you an extra attack.
He's trying to help.
So Daisy's gonna run over to the one that she can get to. That's the one towards the left.
Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit it with my warhammer.
Do it.
Here we go. Come on. 16 to hit.
16 hits, yeah.
Yes. All right, and then get radiant damage. We'll start with the bludgeoning damage. So that's 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
That'll do.
And I just realized that I didn't add that +1, but that's okay. 2 points of radiant damage.
Total of 12.
Yep.
All right. Jam again with the radiant burst of light as your warhammer swings into it.
Then I'm going to use my hand axe to try and hit with my offhand.
Yeah. This offhand remark.
That's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 hits.
And then this. That's 4 plus 2 for the raging. 6 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, all right. It's nice when you roll a 2 and you get 6.
Yep.
Which actually, that sounds wrong. But
I rolled a 4 on my d6. And then I got 2 for the raging. But
that's right. You don't have the strength. That's right. Okay. I was like, no, that's just wrong.
Because it's my light, the offhand.
I got you.
Speaking of which, I need to keep track of how many rounds it's been.
So Daisy is done.
2 rounds.
Yes.
So, as often as he can spare. Anyways, so the Ankeg comes up and tries to do a bite attack on Daisy. All right, 16 plus, so that's going to be a hit.
Mm-hmm.
How much is it?
The damage?
No. Before the damage, it's a 6. Is it 16 plus?
It's
something?
21.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So we've got 10 slashing, reduced to 5, and 6 acid damage, not reduced.
Dang.
And you are now grappled in its mandibles.
Oh, I don't get to make a strength save to try and avoid that? Oh, because it hits.
It hit you, yeah, so...
Okay. That's alright. I'll be fine.
And this thing seems to be sheepishly moving forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then spits acid at Marcus from a distance. Make a dexterity saving throw. Well, it just had some weird noise in its head and it ran.
That's going to be a 6 on my dex save, which is lovely.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay. 12 points of acid damage.
Okay, I'm going to use parry. No, that's a melee attack. I can't do anything. Okay.
All right, and the Ankegs are done. Landor.
Sick.
All right, I am going to take a shot at the one right there. I should be within, I think, what is it, 60 or 80? Yeah, it should be within 80 feet of it.
I think you're an 80 of both, so...
I'll take a shot at the one straight north of me.
This one? Okay.
Yep. Hopefully I can hit. Yes, 23.
Yep. That hits.
4.
4 damage.
Piercing damage.
Yep. Just
yeah,
I
rolled a 1 on the damage.
It gets in a little fleshy spot in between, like a couple, the carapace. It kind of gets there. Has another squeal.
And then I want to move. Can you move me diagonal up 3 to the left?
So 1, 2, 3.
And then over 3 more.
1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
Yes. And then I want to cast a 2nd level healing word on Marcus.
Okay.
So now, do I roll the d4s to say how much? Okay.
I think that's appropriate.
You get 12 health back.
Nice. Thank you. That's fantastic.
Righteous.
All right, Landor is done. That's a good roll, actually.
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 4.
Yeah. Plus 5.
And then my plus 5.
So after Landor goes, Marcus.
So can I get right around to the area of where that second log is on the left? The furthest log.
So this log?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of right on that square?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Cool. And I will try to hit that boy with my halberd.
Go for it.
And that's another 17.
Yeah, 17 hits.
And that is 12, right? 12? Yeah, 12 slashing.
Oh, it's looking real rough.
And
It's got Daisy in its mouth, and then a halberd just comes across and chops it right in the chest, cracking it. And it just goes.
Does it drop Daisy when it gets hit?
It's holding on for lunch.
Okay.
I'm gonna use menacing attack.
I'm sorry, what kind of attack?
Menacing attack.
Okay.
So it has to make a 14 wisdom save, but first I have to add this d8 to the damage.
Okay.
And that's a 7 damage.
Okay. Just so you know, it would have succeeded, however, it had 2 hit points left.
Sick.
So, just as the thing chops into its chest, you just kind of like rip it back, and it just kind of opens, and these just insect guts start like just spilling out as its claws release Daisy, and she lands on her feet.
I'm free.
You are free.
Sick. And I will enter a defensive stance.
Okay. And Daisy goes.
Can my little legs get me all the way over into range of the other one?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Nice. All right, so I'm gonna hit it with my warhammer.
Okay.
Here we go. Limited truth 12. Wait. Don't tell me if it hits or not. I'm inspired.
Okay.
16 to hit.
A 16 hits.
Yes.
Okay. Whew. Oh jeez. Oh, really? That was lame.
There's your 1.
Yep, but that's a 1 plus my strength, which makes it a 5, plus my raging, which makes it a 7, plus my divine, which is... I gotta roll for that. So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage from my warhammer. And come on... 6 points of radiant damage.
Oh, it just gets him.
Yeah!
It's like you hit it, and it like cracks its chest, and then you just see like divine energy kind of just leap from your hammer into the wound, and it looked like it was ready to do something, and then just kind of bursts of holy light, pops it open, and it just kind of keels over.
Nice.
And kind of in that moment, you stop and look, and like you don't see anything happening right now.
So is it just like packs of 3 normally?
And kind of looking around a bit to try and see what's going on. You just see the water up here.
Are we still in initiative order?
We can drop out of initiative, I think. I think that's okay. But we'll still explore the camp like we were.
When they popped up out of the ground, were there like marks of that? Like, could you see, like, I don't know, like burrows or something?
So you're gonna like examine one of the holes?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah. So you definitely. I mean, it's kind of like a sandy beach, so it's not the easiest to like keep markings of it, but you can definitely like looking for the 3 spots that they were. You could be like, yeah, okay, I see it now. You know.
Well,
but like as far as like a tunnel goes, like, you know, the sand would just collapse in on itself.
Oh yeah, no, I just meant to see like if we could tell at other places around the camp.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then as you just kind of like look around, it looks as though you see other spots that, you know, scattered throughout the camp that things must have popped out.
Dang. So do we think they're all dead, or do we think that they escaped?
Only one way to find out. Is everybody here?
Would these creatures pull people into their holes when they're finished?
What did you get?
Or eat them?
You did pretty well, right? On your history check, I think.
He did like a 19 or something.
Yeah, you feel like that would definitely be something they would try and do. They'd like pop up, grab them, at the very least, you know that they like to eat underground, say.
Yeah, so if these were the ones that did get them, if they did get them, we probably won't find signs of them because they would have pulled them under to eat them usually.
I'm gonna cut open the stomach of one of them and see if I can find.
Well, you kind of did that when you freed Daisy.
do I see what I think would be a person in there?
Roll a medicine check.
Sure.
I shall assist him.
Thanks. That's 11.
Yeah, you think maybe you see some bones that look like they're melting into like the acid of his stomach. You know, you don't see any flesh, but you know.
Yeah.
I look through these tents that are right here.
Mm-hmm.
Do I notice anything? Should I notice anything?
You just see, like, you know, it looks like the campfire definitely hasn't been active for a while. You just see various personal effects, nothing of any real value. It looks like there was scrambling going about, so you're wondering if there was some kind of like nighttime attack.
Does it still look like most of their belongings are here, or does it look like... Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like if they did take off, they didn't take anything with them. It's not looking good, that's for sure.
Well, if they left, they would have left in a rush, most likely. But the whole... Do we have any idea how... Do we have any idea how many people would have been at this camp? Did they tell us that? I don't remember hearing that from the town master.
Well, you
just know the town master's half-brother.
Oh, jeez.
Is it safe to assume that there's at least one person in all of these tents?
Yeah, they seem to be single-person tents.
Well,
it's quite a few people.
Quite a few people, and there was only 3 of these monsters. I feel like some of them at least would have been able to run and get away. There have to be survivors somewhere.
3 so far.
3 so far, yes.
They are underground, so I mean, we may have not experienced all of them yet.
That is true.
Daisy's calling out to see if there's anyone in the area.
Yeah, and I'd like to just...
do we want to go up to the tents up above and take a look?
Yeah, I would just keep going through the entire thing, looking for people or signs of anything.
Okay.
Do we notice any footsteps going in any direction that we might be able to look like might have gotten away?
I mean, it's a beach and it seems like it's been a couple days, so you don't notice any real discernible patterns there. But once you get to the northern camp here, you do notice that it looks like there are like acid burns on the tents and stuff like that. So it looks like there definitely was some stuff going on here. And as you're looking, it looks like maybe some of these crates and stuff were just kind of dropped, maybe in the middle of stuff. Like maybe someone was in the middle of working or moving something at the time. You're not sure.
Can we see across the riverbank?
You can see on the other side. I mean, make a perception check, I would say.
Let's see.
You guys more or less in the same zone.
Oh man, I stink at perceiving things. That's a
Joshua?
9.
Yeah, I mean, you see across, but you can't like notice anything of note. What's up, Josh?
I was gonna say, can I assist? I don't know how I would really assist.
You can look. Everybody can look.
Because I'm thinking, if these things burrow underground... Did you also get a 9?
I got an 8, actually.
I got an 18.
Yeah, you more or less see the same thing. I mean, Landor notices like maybe some animals running around, but you don't see like... You're like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that like a bird fly by or something like that? And they're like, no. You're like, oh well.
So you said there was buildings that seemed like they were raised to the ground. What kind of damage?
That's right
does it
here.
look like? Does it look like they burned down, or?
So we'll say as you coming over here to investigate.
Yes.
Okay. Put you right here. It just looks like it's got like a stone foundation underneath it, and looks like the only thing that remains of this cabin's like a ruined fireplace, and the chimney's mostly collapsed. Let's see. And you're searching, so why don't we have all three of you roll an investigation check. Assume you're all kind of working together here.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 13.
I rolled a 15, but I have a -2, so that brings 13 as well.
On investigation?
Investigation? Oops. Sorry, I misheard you. So that got me a 19.
Okay. So Daisy, you notice like a totem kind of buried in the debris. It looks like there's 13 tiny androgynous stick figures dipped in pig's blood, inscribed with tiny lightning bolt symbols, and tied together in a bundle of hair.
I'm not touching that, but I'm going to point it out to them.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Everybody roll a religion check.
16.
12.
A 3.
Okay. Landor, you definitely believe this is meant to bring ill fortune to anyone who lives near it, and that you feel like this might be the cause of why the ankh eggs are there.
Would I know if destroying it would break the curse or the misfortune?
I mean, I think that would be a sound leap, but you definitely know that this totem was placed there and has a purpose.
Can I light it on fire?
Burn it, burn it.
Yeah,
burn
I mean,
it.
I don't even know if you have a fire. I mean, you got a tinder box and a torch, right? I mean, you got...
Yes.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Alright,
So the
I
thing
torch
just
it.
kind of puffs up in smoke and flame. Kind of creepy. The smell of burning blood, it's like a little odd.
And hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little foul, but nonetheless successful.
And is that what else do we see in the area?
So this looks like a cabin. Oh no, excuse me, that's wrong. That's this one. This looks like this is a cabin. Excuse me. You're not sure what's in it yet. And then up here you see more just a couple other cabins that look like they've been torn down. Similar to like what you're looking at, but you obviously you're not right up to it.
Would we know like what kind of people would practice that sort of thing? Like, is that typically an elvish thing or orc or?
I would say with Landor's check, he would definitely know it to be more of like a primal, like someone who's practicing more like primal and pagan arts than like, you know, like a specific religion or deity that you're familiar with.
Guys, I have 2 questions. 1, should we check the other houses for similar? And 2, do you think I could climb up that chimney without falling off of it?
1, yes, and 2, I would like to see you try.
I'm not still raging, right?
No, not at this point.
All right, doesn't matter. I'm gonna try and climb up the chimney, get a better view, if I can
Oh
see
my
anything
gosh.
in the immediate area.
I feel like this might be a bad idea. It
I'm
is
gonna
crumbling.
I'm gonna stand below her and just like if she falls, I'll try to catch her.
Roll an
Hopefully.
athletics check. We'll say it's about maybe 20 feet tall. I mean, it doesn't look like it's in the greatest of shape, but it could probably support Daisy. She's small.
Yeah, I mean, but I rolled very poorly. But I have a +6, but it's still pretty bad. It's a 9.
Okay, so you're just trying to find spots, and like, it looks like you kind of go and grab a spot, and like a brick just kind of comes loose. And,
Look out below!
And Marcus just catches you. Simple enough. It's not too bad. I think you weren't too far.
All right, let's go check these other houses out.
Do you not want to check out the cabin first to see if maybe somebody or anybody barricaded themselves inside? I feel like if anybody's alive, that might be one of the best bets.
Sure.
Of finding
Well,
somebody.
But if these totems are bringing ill will towards this area, wouldn't it be better to destroy them first? Before
Fair
we go.
enough.
And then we can let them, that'll kind of be like our sign that, like, we're not the ill will being brought to this place.
Alright. We can go do that.
So where are you headed down to these guys?
Yes.
First? Okay. So, move you down. Boop-a-doo. There we go.
Do we notice anything in this house? Cabin.
Just similar to what you have. I guess everybody can roll an investigation check.
I'm not rolling that one. It betrayed me.
I got a 9.
I got 4.
Nice. I got another 19.
You find pretty much the same stuff, just no totem.
No
Yeah.
totem. Okay.
Yeah. And now we're coming up here. Alright, everybody roll an investigation check.
11.
15.
16.
Same, no totem.
Okay. Well, perhaps we should go check out the cabin.
Are we higher or lower than the cabin right now?
Higher.
Yeah, that's like one of those like things where it's like depending on how you focus your eyes, it can go down.
Yeah.
Are there any windows, or is it like a completely sealed cabin?
You got windows here and here. And here.
Okay. As we're walking back and going kind of like in the entrance part, as we're like above it, can we try to look into the windows?
Like,
See if we notice anything?
are you coming down the slope, or are you coming just back to the front?
I was thinking
sorry,
going
what
to
do
the
you
front. I didn't know how steep of a slope it was something we could actually climb down or not. Or it was something we needed to go around.
Okay, so you're gonna come back down here and then what? Get to like the door here?
Yes. But
Okay.
while we're in that bottom area, can we try to look through the windows?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine. You can. I will say while you're here. What'd you get?
16.
Okay. It looks like a let's see. Looks like you see cluttered logging equipment, saws, leather harness for climbing trees, and so on. Looks like a storage shed or something like that, and a door in the back up there.
From the window, I can't see any signs of life, but there is another room that I can't see into.
Does it look like it's in disarray?
It just looks like it's a storage.
Yeah, like it might have been sloppily put together, but it doesn't look like something like ransacked it. You know?
It does. It does.
How
does look
organized were
ransacked.
they?
Yeah.
I would give him a C+.
Alright.
They're loggers. They're not Marie Kondo.
All right. I guess should we knock first in case there's someone hiding?
I say kick the door in.
Daisy immediately kicks the door.
Yeah, you gotta tell her twice. So roll a strength check. Athletics check, we'll say.
Oh my gosh. Every time I go to roll an athletics check, I roll 11.
You got an 11?
Yep.
It's not a thick door. Kicks right open.
All right.
I mean, I guess we could have checked to see if it was open, but
Yeah, just kind of kick through. Again, you see more of the same up there. Nobody seems to make any sound or anything like that. You're not noticing anything.
I agree about the C+ for their organizations.
Do you guys follow in with her?
yes.
Okay. All right. And there's another
Can I
door up
knock
here.
on that door?
Yeah, of course. Oops.
Do I need a strength check for my knock? No, I'm just kidding.
No. So you hear a little. Who's there? Who's there?
My name is Landor. I'm from Vandalen, bringing some supplies.
You brought the supplies?
Yes.
Are those
Harbin
beasts
Wester
still
sent
out
us.
there?
We killed 3 of them. I don't know if there were any more.
Foul, wretched insect things. They attacked us.
They were pretty filthy.
Are you alone? Who else is with you?
I've got Sir Marcus of House Winterburn and Daisy.
Are you
A daisy. So you brought a
No,
knight and flowers. Is this what you're trying to say to me? Or is it just one flower?
She's a rock gnome. Her name is Daisy.
Oh.
so? Are you
it's soon to
going
come
to
out.
open the door, or are you like your brother and you're just gonna stay there?
Says, hang on one second, and you hear like shunk, 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 shunk. You hear it sounds
I
like moving
swear.
furniture, like.
if there's a peephole in this door and it opens, I'm kicking the door down.
No, the door opens at this point. And you notice a man who looks like he's probably in his mid-40s, balding, and he looks like he's hungry, tired, tattered clothes, and it's like an office space that you just walked into.
Is this are you Mr. Tibor?
Yes, has my brother sent you?
Yes, he's the one who contracted for us to come out here to deliver the supplies.
Ah,
We weren't aware of anything that happened out here.
interesting. Well, yes, these foul insect creatures were spitting acid everywhere, and they killed all the miners or not the miners, the loggers, and I ran and hid in here because I'm not a warrior, you see?
Well, that was probably a very smart thing to do. What we could see, there wasn't anybody else left. I mean, I don't know if any ran and maybe got away or not, but we couldn't really tell.
Hopefully they did, but those creatures are pretty nasty. Just burst out of the ground and... it was foul.
Well, I mean, we were gonna leave the supplies here, but I kind of thinking maybe you should come back to Vandalen, or at the very least to Falcon Hunting Lodge.
Oh, I'm not staying here. I'm going wherever you're going. Besides, I've run out of food.
Well, I mean, we do, and I pull out the list. We do have a bunch of food here for you.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Where is this food? I'm hungry.
Oh well, we tied up old Vincent. Made sure she was safe during the fight.
Ah, very good, very good.
Vincent the she.
Yeah. Excellent. Take me to Vincent.
So we make our way back to
Squirrely
where
little fella.
Vincent's tied up. And I get my rope back.
Oh, yes,
She
you
okay?
do. Vincent seems fine.
Didn't get splattered by any acid, I hope.
No. At least not that you can tell.
And my rope is all right. So.
Your rope looks like maybe. No, just kidding. A little splash damage. No. No, so he immediately starts like rummaging through things in the cart, and he's like, "Oh, yes," and he finds some food, and he just starts eating.
Now, but before you start consuming it, would you mind signing this delivery receipt for us, please?
Oh, yes. Do you have a pen?
Sure do. I give him a pen.
Okay. He just signs TH and very quickly, very, very like loosey-goosey kind of signature. He just starts scarfing down some food.
You gotta make sure he includes the date, otherwise it's not a valid signature. No.
There's no line for the date.
Well, I mean, it just said we needed that sign to be able to get our reward, so...
That's true.
Even if we bring him back, I'm a stickler for the rule.
That's true, yeah. That's true. So yeah, he eats. I mean, it's...
How late in the day is it? Is it to where we could make it back to Falcon Hunting Lodge, or...
Let's see.
Or is it something we should set up camp for tonight?
It's still light out. I would say you probably, if you left now, you probably could get back to the lodge kind of around the same time you got there last night.
Do you guys think we should head back to the lodge now?
I'd like
or
to
do you
ask.
think we should... Oh, go ahead.
I'd just like to ask. The hell is his name?
Tybor?
Yeah.
Tibor?
I'd like
I don't know.
to ask,
I'd like to ask Tim Tebow a question.
Timothy. No. It's
Tiborius.
Tybor. Did you see anything else other than these insect creatures? Because we found some strange tribal, just sort of magic totems of ill will around. We just wanted to check to see if you knew anything about that. What would have done it? What would have caused it?
A totem? What did it look like? I
explained what it looked like.
He goes,
yes.
He goes, ugh.
Have you guys been bothered by anybody that's living out here? Like, is there any indigenous people living out here? Or?
I mean, most animals don't come near us. I know towards the east, farther east, there's some half orcs, I believe, do some kind of pagan worship, but I haven't seen any.
Maybe they crept in one night and left it here to cause some destruction.
Do you think that happened? I really need to find some safety.
I would say that it's a very high possibility, because it was definitely caused by that totem is what appeared to have brought the creatures this way to attack. Because those creatures normally wouldn't just come up to a random area to attack. Usually, you either have to go to their area or something has to attract them.
Oh. Well, they certainly had their fill of my men.
Well, then they had the fill of our steel.
Ah, well,
and
very
you
good.
had the fill of your safety.
He goes, well. I'll follow you wherever you want to go.
Perfect. Let's go to the orcs.
Will you ever by chance be passing, there's a hunting lodge owned by a man named Falcon on the way?
Oh, it's just a day away. I'm sure you'll get there.
Well, I mean, now we do need to drop Vincent off at the Falcon Lodge if we're going to be going to hunt some half orcs, because we can't take the chance of Vincent getting hurt by coming with us.
Interesting. Well,
I mean, perhaps for a fee we could escort you there.
how much do you charge?
How much is your life worth?
Well, I have a cart filled with supplies that you could have access to.
Is there any
Maybe-
wine in that cart?
Of course there's wine. There's maybe 50 gold in it.
Each?
Landor, is 50 gold a fair price for our services these days?
I mean, to deliver him to the hunting lodge, I would say yeah.
All right.
If we're escorting him all the way back to Van Dalen, I would probably say at least 100.
Each.
This is extortion.
No, Daisy. 100 total, not each.
Well,
we can return you to Falcon's hunting lodge for 50 gold pieces.
oh dear.
Each.
And if you're still around when we come to collect Vincent, we might be able to have you come with us if we're eating your supplies on the way back to Van Dalen.
And we also require a list of the names of all of your workers and their families in town.
Yes, I'll be right back. And he goes back to the shed, the office over there. And he comes back with a satchel and a piece of parchment. And he says, here. And he hands you, and it feels like there's perhaps 50 coins in there. And this is my employee manifest.
How many employees were there on the list?
I think it was a dozen. How many tents were there?
There was 11 tents.
Okay, yeah, 11.
Right, cool.
And what were their names?
No, I don't need. I don't need names.
Okay.
No, Marcus's plan is to pay the 50 gold to the families of the 11, if they have family.
Fair enough.
Because it's the least he can do for hiding and letting them all die.
But that shouldn't come from our share.
Well, I mean, I'll talk that up.
Do we have time to gather anything that might have seemed sentimental for the families, or is it we just gotta pack up and get going?
You can search through things. I mean, it largely looks like I don't really have pictures back in those days. I mean, just clothes.
Letters, maybe.
Yeah, you might be able to find some letters that might have been in a box or something like that.
Jewelry, stuff that
So
is
you want to spend
sentimental.
How long do you want to search?
Well,
10 minutes.
sure. Yeah, just rummaging through anything that looked like it might be important. But I definitely want to be able to get to the hunting lodge before it's too late. So.
All right, roll an investigation check.
Can I assist?
Sure.
So you get advantage.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I'm
Come on.
an 8.
You're able to find what looks like might be, maybe a box of personal letters from somebody, but it's, each tent is a little different, and you're thinking how much time am I going to spend on this versus, you're.
All right, let's just go. We'll just tell them everything was
Melted. Melted and burned away with acid. All right. So you heading back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Survival?
you bring Vincent back, yes?
Survival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well, actually, you're following the
20?
river.
Yes.
Yeah, following the river.
Yeah, you're fine. So you're able to get back to Falcon's hunting lodge around the same time as you did the evening before, and it is there that we will end.
Oh.
Tune in next time.